Why did you feel like it was important to come out today?
Turning Point USA and stuff like that, they're an organization that very often has promoted hateful attitudes and just stuff that makes campus hurtful and potentially unsafe towards minority students and LGBT students. So we just kind of felt it was important to gather and show those students that not everyone has the same attitudes, that they are welcome here on campus, and that those kind of hateful attitudes aren't welcome here.
Well, Charlie Kirk and the entire Trump administration represent bigoted ideals that, you know, we as a population do not agree with. We don't want hate at NC State.
I feel like in general, regardless of any political climate, it's our civic duty to be active and engaged in politics around us, especially at a local level and, for this example, our university level. And then including this political climate where a lot of people feel like their stories are not being told or their rights are being trampled on. I want to fight for people that are like me, such as other minorities, other queers, make a better inclusive campus. And we need to make a statement where we're not going to be tolerant of hate groups or people that look down on us, because that's just not the way it should be.
I think it was important to show up because as a school we really need to show that we're not accepting of hatred, which is what the guest speakers are here for. They're not really here to share hatred, but they're really known for having these ideas of supporting the wall, doing racist remarks, and I think that NC State should really come out and show their support for being more welcoming of minorities.
It's important to come out today because this is my space too, and having this hatred come into here, it's just, I don't accept it here, you know?
So I'm here with campusreform.org. We are a college news media site, and we specifically focus on exposing liberal bias on college campuses. So we're just here to gather their opinions and hear what the protesters' message is and see if they think Charlie should be allowed to be on campus and speak or not.
When there's any type of rhetoric on this campus that threatens any type of student, regardless of their race, ethnicity, sexuality, religion, or where they come from, we have to speak up. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace.
Saw that Lord Trump and Charlie Kirk are going to be here. Some interesting analysts, especially for Fox News, just want to hear what they have to say.
What do you think of the protest?
I think, to be honest, it's a waste of their time. They've been crying for three and a half years about it. Nothing's been done on their part. So, I mean, that's them. They can waste their time. But
I'm a Republican, so definitely I've heard a little bit of Charlie Kirk. I just wanted to see what it was about, and that's the main interest I have in it. I think everyone has the freedom of speech, so they're okay protesting, and it's okay. I don't really care. It doesn't bother me.
So I've been a fan for Charlie Kirk for about a year and a half now. I've been following him on social media, and I thought it'd be a great opportunity to come visit here at NC State, since this is the university that I attend. I don't have a problem with the protesters. This is their way of expressing their First Amendment freedom of speech. My only problem is when it gets out of hand and it starts resorting to violence.
Well, I'm a big fan of Charlie Kirk and of Trump, of course, and I follow Charlie Kirk on Instagram. I see a lot of these events he goes to, and since this one was only an hour away, I really wanted to go to it, and I want to hear what he has to say.
Yeah, I've never been to an event like this. I've never been able to go to a conservative event or event that supports what I believe.
What do you guys think of the protest?
Noisy, free speech, but I think they should be kept outside and not indoor spaces, like outside from the Talley would be great.
Charlie Kirk has got to go, hey, hey. Ho, ho. Charlie Kirk has got to go. Palestine and Mexico. Border walls have got to go.
The reason that we decided to organize this event is because the university University inviting Charlie Kirk and Lara to our university to speak is unacceptable because their hate speech directly targets minorities on this campus and protected groups on this campus. It disrupts our safe learning environment and puts people at risk. And so we were not going to let that go unchecked. We do not believe that platforming white supremacy is ever acceptable because it legitimizes those ideologies and it makes them, oh, that's the other side. When in reality, that's not the other side. Those are not acceptable side to be on. That is racism, bigotry, and hatred, and that's not what NC State should stand for.
The people united will never be divided. Will never be divided. The people united will never be divided. No hate at NC State. No hate at NC State. NC State. No hate at NC State. Impeach. Impeach.
I'm a part of the Black Male Initiative, one of the only safe places that black men feel safe on campus, our living and learning village. I'm out here tonight to change that. Every day we walk around campus and we feel, why us? Why do we go through this? Why do we feel oppressed? Why do we have to rebel against the system? Why are we not equal? Why are we not adequate? It's time for that to stop. It's time to stop. It's time to cease. It's time to close the bigotry, their mouths, talk, speak the things. It's change.
We do not just need to turn out to the polls. We do not just need to come to a protest every once in a while. We need to be doing this work every single day to protect our rights and our freedoms and stick up for ourselves and everybody in the Wolfpack. Yeah!
All the races have got to go. Hey, hey. All the races have got to go. Hey, hey.
I don't hate! First of all, I'd heard a lot of things about Turning Point USA recently, like just some of the bad stuff that has been thrown out about them, and also that they were coming here and that there was a bunch to do about that, kid got spray painted, and so I was like, oh, that might be interesting. I got nothing to do tonight, and I'm pretty politically minded, so I decided I would come out here and just see what everything's about, kind of get some opinions, read the room, that kind of thing.
Immediately after hearing that Charlie Kirk and Lara were coming on campus, a group of my friends who are part of the coalition were talking about doing something about it. And following through with like that, just hearing that, and eventually hearing like a whole group, a team of students who were invested in making sure our voices were heard. That was definitely the process of me hearing that.
It's really important to get to be involved in events like these, because when you hear something going against your values, or when you hear someone disrespect you, we're so easily taught to hide ourselves and not let our voices be heard.
I can respect that. I can't even tell you right now.
I really support like a lot of his ideology, and it's great that he comes out here and does this Q&A with students, because it opens up civil discussions, well, typically civil, but it brings this conservative movement that's kind of underground to light that a lot of people don't want to talk about.
I joined my freshman year, which was last year, and I became involved with everything they were doing. I loved the leaders involved at our local level. I identified with some of their policy, and eventually I realized that I could do a lot of work for the organization, and I spoke with Connor, our former president, and he said it was a good time that I could transition into this role, and that's how I ran for president. I won. Free speech, protecting free speech, limited government, protecting free markets, among my three most favorite about Turning Point USA.